You don't recognize the place, but you've been there before. And that's where it all began. A narrow street under a violet sky, a voice calling your name, though you don't know the language. A face that feels familiar, but belongs to no one you've ever met. These are not just dreams. Edgar Cayce believed they were something far deeper, fragments of memory from another lifetime. To him, the strange landscapes we visit in sleep, the people we see only with our eyes closed, are not random. They are real echoes from the soul's long journey through time. Why do we feel drawn to cities we've never visited? Why do we wake up in tears over someone we've never known? Cayce said it's because the soul never forgets, and when we dream, the soul remembers. These dreams are not fantasies, they are doors, not into fiction, but into our forgotten selves. And once we learn how to step through them, we begin to see our present life with new eyes. Edgar Cayce was known as the sleeping prophet, not because he studied dreams, but because his most extraordinary revelations came while he was asleep. In a self-induced trance state, somewhere between deep sleep and heightened awareness, he would speak fluently and confidently about subjects far beyond his waking knowledge. While many sought his help for medical conditions, Cayce's readings soon went further. He began describing people's lives before this one, naming cities, cultures, and events from other centuries. In hundreds of documented cases, Cayce gave detailed accounts of past lives that explained present struggles, relationships, or fears. Sometimes the names and geographic details he mentioned were later verified. But Cayce insisted the source of this information wasn't magic. It came from the soul itself, a record of every lifetime it had lived. He believed that the soul carries memory across incarnations, and that this memory often surfaces during sleep, not as conscious recall, but as emotional fragments, images, and symbols embedded in dreams. A woman might dream again and again of a shipwreck, feeling a terror she can't explain. A man might see himself speaking a language he never learned, wearing clothes from another era. Cayce taught that these are not just mental curiosities, they are echoes of unresolved karma, unhealed wounds, or lessons that remain unfinished. The soul, he said, speaks to us through dreams because that's when the conscious mind is quiet enough to listen. During sleep, the barriers between lifetimes dissolve, the logic of time weakens, and the subconscious, closer to the soul than the waking mind, begins to reveal what we've carried with us, lifetime after lifetime. Cayce's readings were filled with statements affirming that certain dreams are not dreams at all, but direct experiences of the soul's past. He explained that the people we meet in these dreams may be souls we've known before, returning in different roles. The places we see, no matter how fantastical they seem, may be real memories of cities long gone. Cayce didn't see this as imagination. He saw it as memory filtered through a symbolic lens. And for those who paid attention, who wrote down their dreams and reflected on the strange familiarity within them, the past could become a tool for understanding the present. Through dreams, he believed, the soul whispers its history, and in that history, we may find the missing piece of who we really are. According to Edgar Cayce, dreams that reflect past life experiences often have a specific texture, a feeling that sets them apart from ordinary dreams. The scenery may be vivid and detailed, yet entirely unfamiliar. You might find yourself walking through ancient streets, wearing clothing from a time you've never lived in, speaking or understanding a language you don't know. The people you encounter may be strangers, yet something in you recognizes them. There is a sense of deep familiarity, a strange closeness that can't be explained by the current life. In many of these dreams, you're not even yourself, or rather you are, but in a different body, with a different name, a different life. And yet, as the dream unfolds, you know it's still you. That quiet recognition, Cayce said, is the soul remembering. These dreams can range from calm, even peaceful, to deeply emotional or disturbing. A person might dream of fleeing a burning city, or standing in front of a crowd in clothes they've never worn, delivering words they don't recall learning. Others describe dreams of war, exile, loss, or quiet rural life in another land. What marks them as different is not just the setting, it's the intensity of emotion they carry. People often wake up from these dreams with tears in their eyes or a lingering sense of awe, sadness, or clarity. Cayce noted in many readings that this powerful emotional residue is one of the clearest signs the dream was not fiction, but memory. One reading described a woman's recurring dream of drowning during a storm. Cayce explained that she had died in a shipwreck in a past life, and the fear she carried had followed her into this one. In another case, a man dreamed repeatedly of being punished in a dark chamber for speaking out against authority. Cayce linked this to a former life during a time of political oppression where the man's death had left a karmic imprint. These unresolved experiences, Cayce taught, often reappear in dreams, not to haunt us, but to be recognized, understood, and healed. The emotional signature of these dreams is key. Unlike typical dreams that fade quickly, past life dreams often remain etched in memory, even years later. They feel too real to ignore, and according to Cayce, that's because they are. They are glimpses through time, delivered by the soul to help us make peace with what was and become more whole in what is. According to Edgar Cayce, dreams of past lives are never meaningless. The soul doesn't reach across time to entertain us with strange images or forgotten landscapes. It shows us these things with purpose. Cayce emphasized that when a dream carries fragments of another lifetime, it is because something from that life remains unfinished. These dreams are part of the soul's attempt to bring hidden patterns to light, patterns that still shape our choices, fears, and relationships today. The past doesn't simply stay in the past. It echoes into the present until we recognize it, understand it, and begin to heal. In his readings, Cayce often explained that unresolved karma appears in dreams. A person who once betrayed someone may now dream of being betrayed, over and over, until the emotional wound is acknowledged. A woman who once had a deep creative gift but suppressed it in a previous life might now see herself painting or performing in dreams, as if that part of her is asking to be brought back into the light. These are not random storylines. They are personal messages designed to remind us of who we were and what parts of us still need to be resolved, expressed, or forgiven. Many people carry fears they cannot explain. A fear of water, of fire, of speaking up, of being abandoned. Cayce believed that these irrational fears may have roots in past life experiences. The dream world is where those imprints often surface first, not through logic, but through emotion and image. When a dream confronts you with a scene that feels both foreign and personal, it may be your soul inviting you to look deeper. Cayce taught that these dreams are opportunities. They are not meant to trap you in regret or nostalgia, but to offer freedom. By recognizing the pattern, the pain, or the talent carried across lifetimes, you gain the power to shift it, to release what no longer serves you, to reclaim what was left behind. This is why past life dreams are not a curiosity. They are a form of spiritual therapy. They help explain why certain relationships feel intense from the start, why some decisions come with deep resistance, or why you feel called to paths you've never walked. The soul remembers, even when the mind does not. And through these dreams, it gently reminds you that nothing is truly forgotten and everything can be healed. According to Edgar Cayce, anyone can begin to remember fragments of past lives, not through hypnosis or mystical initiation, but through something as natural as sleep. He believed that if you approach your dreams with sincerity and a clear question, your soul will respond. Before falling asleep, he suggested creating a moment of calm. Clear your mind, slow your breath, and set an intention, not to be entertained by visions of another era, but to be shown something meaningful from a past life that can help you understand the present. The key is humility. Don't chase a story, ask for truth, then let go. A simple way to begin is by saying silently before sleep, "If it is right for me, show me something from a past life that will help me now." Cayce emphasized that the soul knows what you're ready to see. It won't overwhelm you. It won't show you what you're not ready to process. That's why it's important not to force anything and not to turn dreams into fantasy. What you see may be symbolic, subtle, or fragmentary. That's okay. Trust what comes. Keep a notebook next to your bed. Write your dreams down as soon as you wake, even if they seem random. Over time, patterns emerge. Places, emotions, faces, themes. Some will begin to repeat, and with each repetition, the soul is drawing your attention to something you need to remember. This isn't about chasing an identity in ancient Egypt or imagining yourself as someone famous. It's about healing. Sometimes, remembering even a glimpse of who you were can lift a weight you didn't know you were carrying. A feeling of guilt, a fear of failure, a tendency to sabotage love or avoid growth. Cayce taught that memory brings understanding, and understanding brings peace. You begin to forgive yourself for things you never knew you held. You begin to accept others with more compassion. You see your life not as a random event, but as part of a long and meaningful journey. The goal isn't to get lost in the past, it's to live more fully in the present, to reclaim the gifts you've forgotten, to stop repeating cycles you no longer need, and to walk forward with the wisdom of many lives behind you. You are more than this moment, more than this name, this body, this lifetime. Everything you've ever been is still inside you. And sometimes the way back to that truth begins in the quiet space between sleep and waking. Your dreams remember, and when you're ready to listen, they will guide you home. Dear friends, if you liked this video, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.